Greetings, the world of the internet. I am the great Matthew Squeak, and welcome to another edition of Squirrel Talk at the Movies. Today's screening is the Peanuts movie. Based on the beloved comic strip, the Peanuts have jumped into the big screen, becoming CG animated for the first time. But did the Peanuts succeed where so many adaptations have failed? Let's have a look. The characters. What else can you say here? But it's the Peanuts characters. They didn't try to throw in some new age stereotypes. They tried to keep what kept all the characters memorable in the first place. Their quirks, their identities, and what made each one unique. And it's a list of characters that is far too long to go into, but they all feel like the old characters that we have known for so long. The plot. Now, the plot doesn't exactly feel like a coherent story, and it's more of a day in the life of Charlie Brown. It's more of a collection of shorter stories, all mashed together with a similar goal. Charlie Brown wants to make a good impression on the red-headed girl. In fact, the movie takes place over an entire school year, jumping from the talent show to the SATs, a school dance, anything that could fit in there, actually. But it never felt like it was too stapled together. Everything did flow together. We could see the seasons changing and could tell that time was passing between events, and all of these events do feel like events that could or have happened in the original strips. And finally, design. There's no hiding the fact that the Peanuts is computer generated, but it's how far they went to keep the original art style. They have 3D models, yes, but oftentimes having 2D facial expressions, keeping more reminiscent of the original design. And speaking of the original design, of all the camera angles they could have chosen, most of the time are angles from the original comics and cartoons, making you sometimes forget that you're in fact watching a computer-generated movie and watching a classic Peanuts cartoon. That's not to say it doesn't take advantage of its 3 dimensions, but only when it's needed and appropriate. The Peanuts movie is good. If you are a fan of the original comic strips, or the cartoon, or both, I highly recommend seeing this. This remake comes so close to capturing the heart of the original concept that it's closer to being called the next chapter of the franchise instead of a remake. It legitimately feels like all they did was update their art style a little bit, but everything else is there. And with that, I declare, watch this movie. If you are a fan or interested, it's definitely worth your time. And now for a moment with previews. Angry Birds. When will this go away? Addicting game, yes, but this is going too far. Yes, Ratchet & Clank! Ratchet & Clank have made a movie. Where other game franchises may have failed, it at least looks and feels like our favorite Lambax and robot duo. I'm looking forward to it. Norm of the North. Absolutely atrocious CD design with a plot that seems to remind me of a certain penguin movie. The Secret Life of Pets. This trailer amuses me no matter how many times I watch it. Definitely worth a look. Kung Fu Panda 3. It doesn't look like it's going to be any better than the first two, and the trailer has too much of a summary to it. Hope it doesn't spoil too much of the story. And finally, whatever it is number of these squeak boxes. First movie, meh, okay. As good as it could get with talking chipmunks. Second one, not as good. Third one suffered from not knowing what it wanted its main plot to be. And this one looks like it really doesn't know what it wants its main plot to be. The trailer is all over the place and I can't make heads or tails of it. And with that, I'm the great Matthew Squeak, and this is Squirrel Talk at the Movies.